Hello Aries, and welcome back to TenPaths Tarot. Spirit gave you a lot of cards today, so let's dive right in. The first card is the Oracle card, and it sets the tone, the theme for this reading. And it is prosperity. And here we have a woman, she is about to give birth. And she is thinking about all the potential of this child. Now she can imagine the dark side. Ooh, bad things could happen to this child. I have to protect it. I have to cling on to it. Or she can imagine the great future of this child. In either case, projecting too far ahead probably isn't that helpful because it's going to be a long road and things will happen on that road that were totally unexpected. Whether this woman realizes it or not, someone is listening to her and watching her actions. She is being a guide to others, whether she realizes it or not. The path she chooses will have consequences for others as well as for herself. And so let's look at the first, actually the bottom set of cards first. And let me lay those out for you. And so we're going to start reading from the right and go toward the left. So the first card will be where the octopus is. This is your recent past. And the first card we have is the Five of Mirrors. Now mirrors represents love and compassion. Five represents instability. This is someone seeking to be like this goddess of love, this goddess of wisdom. And in that path, she also wants to use that potential internal growth to build a firm structure for her life, something that will allow her life to grow. This wren is examining the two nests, both of which show a possible dream fulfilled. And she has a worm in her bill. The worm is too tiny for you to see and too translucent, but she is ready. She has that worm. She just needs to give it to one of these directions. And the hoped for outcome is the Ten of Stones, which is great abundance, contentment, joy, happiness. So these three cards, when I was shuffling, did come out together. So this shows the direction we want. We want to grow our own love and compassion, use that to create a better life. And so as we move in that direction, we become the hermit. We may have thoughts we're not telling others. We may have ideas circling in our head. We may be looking towards spiritual messages to increase that feeling of love and connection to the universe within us. I think it's also interesting that we have this card labeled as the storyteller, because the stories we tell ourselves are largely not to a total degree, but they greatly influence the outcomes of our lives. If we always say, let's say you have a big obstacle, and that obstacle was so exhausting, and we just say, oh, that totally wiped me out. That just ruined my life. I'm done. I'm so defeated. Nothing good can happen to me again. What do you think is likely to happen? Or we could look at that obstacle as, I am the conqueror. I can go out and accomplish anything. If I overcame that, I can overcome anything. And which stories do you think are the most successful overall? Which ones do you want to listen to? Let's say you read a book or you watch a movie. Do you want to watch the one about the person who said, "Yep, I'm dying, I give up"? Or do you want to watch the one that said, "Oh, I was at my lowest, but I overcame it. I did what was necessary, and I am the victor"? And who do you think will be more successful going forward? So much depends on those stories. So where have we been in our recent past with those stories? Maybe we're trying to make them too idealistic. What we want is what the artiste wants. We want the perfect tale. We want the landscape with no telephone poles or no piece of garbage rolling through it. Nothing that might disquiet us. Not even a bare patch in the grass. Nothing. I don't even see a weed in that picture. So that may be the other extreme. Just blocking ourselves from the fact that we are going to encounter obstacles as a living thing on this planet Earth, with so many variables coming at us all of the time, and our poor little bodies needing so much in order to maintain themselves. It's just unrealistic to look for that ideal. That ideal may be one of the biggest battles we face. That acceptance of that bit of instability in our lives. And sometimes it can be a big instability. So let's look at your current energy. Some may be looking at that inability to get that ideal as a defeat. We have the Five of Swords here, and this person is completely defeated by a power out of his control, or that he feels controls him. And when I say he, it can be he or she. Tarot knows no gender. So they're feeling totally defeated to the point that they get themselves into this total state of panic. But look, her wrists are bound in front of her. She could lift up that blindfold and see what she confronts is actually a passing storm. Now there is someone coming to her rescue. Again, him, her, doesn't matter. No gender in tarot. But this other person maybe will come to their rescue and save them when they don't need to be saved. They just need to lift the blindfold. Or that other person could represent maybe the stronger part of themselves, that victor coming forth to say, we've got it together under control. And so there is a message that Spirit is sending loud and clear here, and it really is emphasized in the next cards. 3 came out together. Let's look at the first 2 that were attached to each other. We have the 7 of Cups. This is a potential. This is what we can be going toward. 7 is a little unstable, not as stable as an 8, but look at the joy in this young man's face. He is learning lessons. He is thinking about what those lessons might mean, how they might spring him forward into a better course of action. He is seeing the potential. Now, out with this card came the 4 of Swords. 4 is stability, and we don't want to be stable in this energy. We are stuck in this energy, and there is a little pun intended there. This 4 of Swords energy, he feels tied down to the table, like he can't escape. So there we have 2 directions we could go. And out with that 4 of Swords Also, on the other side came the Nine of Swords. So if we choose this path, this Nine of Swords is the result. We will just be in an unending spiral of negativity, of seeing the potential worst outcome for everything. How do you think we're going to respond? We're probably going to go back to this energy of feeling tied down. So when I saw these two cards come out together, I asked Spirit, I said, well, Spirit, what happens if they follow this Seven of Cups energy? And how will that make a difference? You showed us what will happen with the Four of Swords energy. And so I asked for one more card. Spirit gave the Nine of Pentacles. So if we choose this direction, look at the prosperity. Look at the prosperity that follows, because this person has not let obstacles defeat him. He has taken the lessons from each one, these lessons he's learned, and moved forward with them. I also think it's interesting that stacked one above the other, we have that Nine of Pentacles and the equally weighted Nine of Swords. Again, showing a clear either or. You can choose one direction or the other. And Spirit is saying loud and clear that they are not in control of this direction. You are in control of this direction. If this is the energy that you find yourselves in, then it is up to you to take actions to move in this direction. How can I start looking at these obstacles as lessons or challenges and overcome them? And every time I overcome one, I feel more confident, and I grow and I grow and I grow toward that Nine of Pentacles. And if you're in a completely defeated state, and I've been there, I think most people who have lived very long have been in that feeling of total defeat where they don't even want to get up in the morning. Everything seems impossible. Well, then take a step in the right direction. These steps, you can't run until you take a few steps. So you can just gradually get in the rhythm of taking those steps. Maybe see a counselor. If you can't afford a counselor, read a book. There's tons of self-help books out there, and many written by very qualified people. Maybe there's that goal that you wanted to pursue. Well, you're spending so much time focusing on this pain, on this wound, that you're not taking any steps toward that one goal. Just starting on that gives your mind a new thing to focus on. And before long, your focus just intensifies and intensifies. And that problem, it seems farther and farther away as you move ahead. And so now we're back at the Oracle card. So this is potential prosperity. And which mother do you think will be more successful? The one that's always envisioning the bleakest outcome for their child, or the one that says, I'm going to let it grow and prosper and help it where I can? The choice is yours, Aries. And I know that you're strong. You're the ram. You can move through obstacles. You can break through obstacles. And so I hope this has helped someone. Spirit said this message was for someone under the sign of Aries today, and I hope if you are that someone that you found this message. That is all we have for you today. My name is Everett. It was good to be here with you, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.